Hey there, everybody. I am back. I mean, most people. Some of you, I don't want to know you, but most people are great. We know that. Of course, we do. Yeah, I got a couple videos done this week, and I got to work on some more. Kind of behind my projects, and you know, sometimes it just gets real hard to get ideas what to do with videos. You know, sometimes it does. Let's see now. Better make sure. Do this again. Oh, I know. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, I am live, all right. Yeah, I'm live, but no one's in the room. That's all right. I can talk to myself again as usual. I'm good at talking and answering to myself, so I'll keep doing that. Of course I will. Mm-hmm. Talking and answering to myself. It's so wonderful. Yes, it is. It's so wonderful. Oh, let me get extra light, huh? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a wild year this year. A bunch of idiots try to close my channel down, and I reported him. Then I met that idiot again, and she was claiming that I did a bunch of stuff with her, which I never did. No, but I had to redo my videos and stuff, and the stupid lady blocked me. That's fine. Yeah, she's a piece of shit. Yeah, she'll be a nobody. She thinks she's gonna be. She thought she's gonna be famous. She thought she's going to get some rich man on Twitter. Good luck with that. I mean, I got about over 100 women on Twitter that think they're going to get a rich man just by talking on Twitter. Yeah, baloney. It's never going to happen. Yeah, maybe I can go be a manager of a professional sports team. That's about as good of a chance as I got, compared to what they do. It's not going to happen. Yeah, dream your dreams. Dream about living in expensive cities in the United States. It's never going to happen for those wishers. It'll never happen. Nope. It'll never happen. So the best thing to do, I guess, is just get somebody that's nice. That's what you do. Yeah. Get somebody that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. I think the new subscribers have been coming lately. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yep. I appreciate more subscribers and well, good old characters of mine. Campaign to Calvin and Pastor Mitch Victory. Yeah. And maybe I'll put the other character on. I don't know. Why? Who knows? Maybe not. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see if I make mistakes. Hmm. Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, yes, according to that, I'm fine. No, thought I made mistakes. I guess not. Oh, it's all right. Who cares? Who cares? Maybe I'll change my time again. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll change my time again. I'm thinking about it. Who knows? Who really knows what I'm going to do? Yeah. Doesn't matter. Not really. Doesn't really matter on anything, does it? No. Doesn't really matter. People are out having a good time, getting drunk, getting high, whatever. Or there's people like me staying home, staying out of those kind of places because I got sick of people sticking out their hand or starting fights with me. I don't need it. I'd rather enjoy myself, being home, sober. Yeah. Yeah. And who wants to date a bunch of ladies in the bar that once they're drunk or high, they wouldn't sleep with anybody they want, and then they end up having kids. They don't know who the father is. That's for the ladies. For the guys, well, they just spread whatever they spread around. That's sad. Yeah, that's very sad. I've known ladies like that before. I knew one lady years ago. That was one in the '80s. Yeah, she went to the bar one time and was so drunk she didn't know who the guy was, and that what they did had a kid. And I said, "What'd you do?" I said, "Did you?" She said, "No." I told him the truth. I told him, "I don't know who your father is. I'm sorry." She said to me about him. I said, "How did he take it?" She says, "He accepted it. He accepted it." I said, I told him, yeah, I told him, just be glad you got a mom. And he saw his grandma and grandpa often, and they helped him out a lot. Yeah. Yeah. She says he did fine at school. That's good. Stuff like that happens. Yeah. Stuff like that happens. Yeah. Oh, it's just so late. But that's okay. Who cares? Who really cares? I don't care. You don't care. You know, yeah, it doesn't matter. I just hope I win the lottery someday so I can get my house, find some lady somewhere, and when I die, she'll run the show. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows about the future? Who really knows? Yeah. Who really knows what will happen in the future? Let's see what's happening. Let's see. I'm going to hit my Gmail for a second. Yeah, well, I got my notice in the Gmail. Well, and I guess my Wild Horse fans are having a good time, and I hope you are. Yeah, I hope you all are having a good time tonight. Doing what you got to do. I really hope you do. I can talk for a whole hour to myself. It's okay. Sometimes with old pill bottles, you can put your money in it, separate your money, I guess. Yeah, that's what you can do. I bought a couple of new Sterlite drawers. And money's getting kind of tight these days. I'm trying to work towards a different vehicle. My Park Avenue has seen better days and getting closer to the car crusher. I'm gonna crush the car. I'm gonna crush the car. Might as well. I'll be a glass stolen. Yeah, I've been arguing with some of my relative of mine, and those are good rear wheel drive. Well, rear wheel drives last longer when your car's outside all the time. That's what John's Auto Care in Wadena, Minnesota told me. John's Auto Care. I used to live in Wadena, Minnesota. And he works with law enforcement vehicles as well as ambulances, so he knows what he's talking about. I don't get along, no, he didn't like me, but he's an outstanding mechanic, outstanding garage. I'll give it that. You know, yeah. Instead, I went to Steve's Alignment. Steve, and Robin Wakescheid. They're nice people. Make sure you got an appointment ahead of time at Steve's because you can wait up to 2 weeks for an oil change over there. Up to 2 weeks. Yeah. Sometimes he'll get you in early for an appointment once he gets to know you. Yeah. Steve's Alignment, that's like next door to the police station in Wadena. So the police cars or the sheriff's vehicles have problems, they just push it over there. That's what's nice about it. The other person that came, thank you for coming. Yeah, they can push the vehicles over there and you can fix them. Yeah, that's garages I go to. Any garages that work at law enforcement vehicles, I'll take it to those garages because they know what they're doing. Yeah, that's the type of garages I go to. They charge a little extra. I don't care. Yeah, people can go to their cheap garages. They can go to their specialty break and alignment garages. Go ahead. Or you go to Walmart and change oil or something, or that. Yeah, well, they do that at Walmart. Yeah. The only thing about Walmart is, they have a high turnover rate usually in the garages. So I used to go to Walmart in Detroit Lakes and had things done at one point, and yeah, yeah, and a high turnover rate. Well, they had one guy that worked there for 3 years. That's a miracle for Walmart. Yeah, that's a miracle for Walmart. Yeah, yeah. I gotta go to Brainerd one more time and get that stuff out of the storage locker. That's what I gotta do. I gotta get that out of the storage locker somehow, some way. Relatives seem to think I got these people that help me. Yeah, who are they? My relatives live in a fantasy world. They think everybody loves me. Everybody will do stuff for me for nothing. Who are these people? I don't know. They know more about them than I do. Yeah, know more about them than I do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Oh, boy. I guess it's a nice state it's a nice day in most of the United States. Still had a cold April in Minnesota. A couple of days was like 84 degrees. But then it's down to the 40s and 50s most of the time. They're barely 60 in April in Minnesota, which is unusual. Usually in April it's up to the 60s and above. You know, that's where a person can usually open their window and get air. You know, yeah, Yeah, I don't know. I guess the next holiday will be 4th of July. And we could sing the song, I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Well, welcome to the room wherever you are. It's up to you if you want to stay or leave. That's okay. Yeah, as long as welcome to have nice people. You got something to say whatever you want as long as you're nice. Guess the person wanted to leave. That's okay. Thank you for stopping by. So far, I had 2 people stop by, and that's okay. That's all right. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes people come in the room and they leave. That's fine. That's okay. Because they know I'm not educated. They know it. Yeah, they know I'm not an educated person. So that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Mm, that's okay. Hmm. Ow. Ooh. And my ankle snapped. Yeah, my ankle snapped. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's a nice day. It's a nice day. It's a nice day outside. Let us play outside. Let us swing, let us slide. Let us use the teeter totter. And you better not fall or yell for your mama. Or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. There's another person coming in the room. I just wish that person thing was accurate on there because I don't know. It's a 10-second delay on who's in the room and who isn't. Yeah, good old Google, YouTube. They have money to burn, but they can't fix stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's typical. Typical Google and YouTube. Yeah, person left. 3 people tonight. That's all right. That's okay. The comers and goers. That's all right. At least you stopped by. Yeah, at least you stopped by. That's all right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, it's a great time tonight. It's a great time. Welcome to the room, wherever you are. Oh, there. No, hey, Dave. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, the first one I chatted. Congratulations. A couple others came in and left. That's okay. They, yeah, I just kind of thinking what videos to do and stuff like that, and just crossing my fingers for a different vehicle. The Park Avenue is going to be on its last legs. Yeah, yeah, it's really scraping bad, and when I can guess who's the second person, and yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's a trouble. When you have front wheel drive and you live in Minnesota, it's it rusts a lot. The Buicks tend to rust a lot in the bottom, and yeah, it's getting worse. And a friend of mine came. A friend of mine wants me over, and sometime in the future, I'll give him a couple totes, I guess. Yeah, yeah. He's the one that let me stay at his place overnight a couple times and slept at his place out by a shed and had the fan blowing in my face and stuff like that. Yeah. Uh, anyway, yeah, I just want to do traveling videos, Otherwise, if I just do indoor videos, the audience, um, oh, there, Vice and Honest, yeah, there's my two friends. There's my two friends, and yeah, already, yeah. Oh man, oh jeez, oh boy. I was just thinking, oh fudge, yeah. At least, yeah, Pice, yeah, Pice and Honest, yes, yeah. My friend from Greece, in the country of Greece, Pice and Honest. I'm just drinking water tonight. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna probably have to order Rain Energy drinks through the mail because lately Walmart doesn't really sell by the 4 packs anymore. So, and yeah, I'm not a monster guy. So, yeah, that's the trouble too. Is it's the people they purchase more monster. That's all right. Yeah, it's up to the people what they want to buy. So, eh, I no, I no, I did know the guy. No, no, I had a relative was gonna look at it, but that car sold too. That car sold. So they're selling pretty fast now because it's getting near summertime, and near summertime, more vehicles sell than they do in the winter because in the wintertime in Minnesota, people aren't going to look at vehicles when it's 10 below zero. In the Of course, with the vehicles outside, it's hard to check them too at another place. That's if they agree to it. I don't know. Depends on the seller. If the seller doesn't agree to check on the vehicle, which costs people like us money, they don't buy it. See, it's people like us who don't know what we're doing. I mean, me anyway. I know you guys know what you're doing, but I don't. So, see, the trouble with vehicles these days, as we know, the vehicles are more complicated than they used to be in probably the last 37 years, probably at least. Yeah. Yes, lately in YouTube videos, I've been watching old videos of New York City in the 70s and 80s, and yeah, the vehicles look different, the signs look different, the buildings look different, and then everybody says, oh, like the old days better. Sometimes the way some of those people act, like to send them back to the old days with no computer, they'd be bawling. We're saying, hey, we're going about the internet. And I was like, oh, shut up, go to the mental hospital, they tell them. Yeah, yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, yeah, just think nowadays we have this technology. We're back in the old days. Yeah, they had Pico, 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 Mono, 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 and Bravo, Bravo, Bravo on the old 70s computers. Yeah, yeah. And when you had the 90s, all you did was do chats and all that. I think in probably the mid 2000s, that's when the computers really got better. And now and in the future, it'll even be better. And yeah, yeah, the phones are better, but then they conk out easier. About 4 years now. Yeah, we live in an era where technology is disposable. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of those lights I use are old fashioned, which I know will last forever. Like this light here, that's probably as old as I am. I use those old ones. Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, I'll use those old lights instead of. Yeah, I haven't been on social media too much lately. It's just been nothing but the negatives. Nothing but negatives. So I've been staying away from it more and enjoying going outside. And I've noticed lately when I go out in public, I notice less people using their phones. You know, less people. There's some still do, but I think, hey, there's Kool-Aid Ham Man. Welcome. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh God, just thinking what to do. I just want to do traveling videos this year. Yeah, last year, all I've been doing is driving. Yeah, last year I just driving to the cemetery and back, and last year, and that was about it. Yeah, yeah, and the gas prices are still Minnesota staying at 3.59 a gallon, but it's going to go up. I'm sure it'll be $4 before long, especially by Fourth of July, where everybody shoots the fireworks. And yeah, and I think as I see it, people still like their SUVs. So now it's up to the people what they want to drive in the United States. Yeah, everybody wants SUVs and everybody wants good gas mileage at the same time. Now they invent the electric vehicles, which a lot of that stuff comes from the mountains. A lot of your lithium comes from Afghanistan, which the Taliban control and control the lithium. So Taliban are going to turn rich. Yeah, yeah, I suppose I will. But when it gets over 20 miles to the gallon for me, that's good enough. I mean, hey, I used to drive vehicles that got, let's see, my 72 Olds 88 with a 352 barrel, I got like 10 miles to the gallon because the engine was worn out. 74 Catalina got between 12 and 14. That was the 402 barrel, mostly 12. I had the 78 Mercury Cougar, got about 13 on the highway. And the 78 LTD2 probably got about 12 on the highway. The 79 Grand Le Mans, probably 16, 17 on the highway. That had the V8 engine, but that car was so slow. It was like a four-cylinder and you take off. The only way you could skid the tires is on dirt. And I had the 86 Grand Prix T-Top. That got about maybe 22 miles to the gallon on a good day. That had the 305 V8 engine. And I had the 86 Caprice, the V6. That probably got about, maybe 23, maybe. Yeah, something like that. And let's see, what else there on the 90, the 89 Mercury Cougar Luxury Sport, that is a V6 engine. That got about 20, probably 24, I think. Yeah, but that car was in the garage all the time. It lived there. And let's see, I had 92 Olds 88. I think I got about 24. They had the V6. And now 97 Park Avenue gets about 27. So, but they say the Crown Victoria gets 23. So that's believable, But other than driving to my temp service job, I don't drive very much. So maybe I save a little extra money. I'll do a little traveling, a lot of town traveling to towns and stuff like that. Okay, maybe vehicles at times you could get good gas mileage, but if the vehicle breaks down and goes to the garage, Yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'll have to get it first. But you know, that cash for clunkers, like I've stated before, yeah, the vehicles that went through the cash for clunkers didn't qualify for gas mile. I think you had to get up to like 25 miles to the gallon. 25 or less was qualified for cash for clunkers. They paid $3,000 for any vehicle. I think it went back to 1981, I believe. Yeah, 1981. And a lot of vehicles got destroyed, and that's why your used vehicles are expensive these days. That's why they're very expensive now. Even the '79 Ford Thunderbird, I've seen that car like $4,200 for a vehicle with over 100,000 miles. I mean, the late '70s Thunderbird, you remember how slow that thing was. It was like turtle. But yeah, somebody bought it. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, it is a lot. But there's people that are snapping up those vehicles too. There's people that are snapping them up. You know, you never know. May or may not be a collector's vehicle too. Yeah, the late '70s Trans Am. That's a collector's vehicle right now. That's a collector's vehicle. Yeah, in my own Park Avenue, yeah, it's almost as fast in the long run as the old Trans Am, but well, not quite as fast, no. Yeah, but but as time goes by, you know, as I say, those vehicles nowadays they're a lot more expensive now. That's why a lot of your middle class and poor people are holding onto their vehicles, especially when they live out in the country. And a lot of those GM, Ford, and Chrysler garages, they've disappeared. They used to be in small towns practically everywhere. Now they're closed. Oh yeah, the GM garage in Wadena closed. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, that's too bad. Those are the ones that could fix your vehicles too. I've had good luck with those garages, but I guess it costed the the vehicle companies too much money to have them in small towns, so they just decided, oh, the heck with that, we'll just do it in bigger towns or medium sized, whatever works. Nia Chevrolet in Staples is still around, which is surprising because Staples, Minnesota, is kind of a dead town because the town is so dead that for the last 30, 40 years, Bachelor's Department Store and Staples, that's just sitting there and ready to rot. Yeah, they have like an old play inside the theater where all that stuff is like from way back, but it's rotting though. It's going to be full of rodents. The rodents are taking over that building. And eventually, you're going to have to tear that building down because the town of Staples don't have much money. I had to close the movie theater down about 5, 6 years ago. Lack of money in that town. But eventually, unfortunately, the building's going to be torn down because no one's going to want to buy that old building, just like the one in New Ulm, the George's Bar, the old place where the polka bands played, Lawrence Welk, the Whoopi John, the Old Fat Dutchman, those famous polka play people. Yeah. Eventually, you're going to tear that building down too. And as soon as I hear about it, I'm going to try to film it if I can. Can't guarantee I will, but I'll try, because that's when else. Yeah, I know. But, oh yeah, and for the polka thing, for George's Bar, they've offered $900,000 for the building and no takers. That's because, you see, there's a tree that grew right through the floor and right through the roof. A tree. Yeah, through the floor and through the roof. Imagine that. That's how strong nature is. And then you got your pesky bugs and rodents taking over. That's how it works. Yeah, those trees, yeah, they're tough. Yeah, those trees are tough. If you ever watch these old videos like of Detroit, Michigan, and in the poor areas of town like Detroit and some of the towns in the north and south, like Gary, Indiana, in the north, and some of those old towns in the south, yeah, those trees will take over, and then the bugs will go in their houses and stuff. Because when you have trees, you got bugs. The bugs love the trees, you know. Yeah, no, the pollution will probably kill some of the bugs, but not all of it. Yeah, when you have less pollution, you have more bugs, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. Hmm. Oh man, I just I just want to do more towns, and I want to do more parades again. I want to do the parades, and it's going to be tough to top Binding, Minnesota. I don't know if any towns are going to top that. That's my best parade video. By all those old cars they had over there, a town of 68 people. Blew me away. Corvettes, Ford Ranger trucks. Wow. 1932 Model A, Model T Ford driving around. Bunch of people looking old fashioned. That was fun. And I got kind of front row seat. I was lucky some people were sitting on lawn chairs at the time and never got up. I got lucky I filmed that because sometimes when you're in the parades, you like that one in Parker's Prairie. I had some lady that kept getting in front of my camera all the time, and I didn't want to really say anything. She was a nice lady, and well, she had a son who couldn't beat my face in too. So, I mean, I don't look for fights, but I let it go. Sometimes you gotta let it go. I try to find the best angle for the parade. See, I never go see some in some YouTube videos. You see, there's some people they'll go behind other people. They do parades. It screws the parade up when they're behind other people. I try my best to get an angle on it. I had let's see, was a birth in Minnesota. I've had some people in the comments complain, hey, it's in a bad angle. Well, I couldn't help it because there was already people standing there watching the parade, and you got to be careful with people that live in the small towns because they'll start fights with you. They live there and you don't. They're going to start fights with you. And law enforcement comes, they're going to stick up for people who live in the town. They'll say, hey, so and so lives in this town and you don't. So why don't you just go over there and get out of town? That's what they tell me. Because if someone lives in the town, law enforcement's going to stick up for people that live in the town, and that's fine. That's how it's done. You know, that's how it's done. Oh yeah, and I've had some people in the comments, tell me, oh, aren't you to do it more than once? No, one video per town. Anybody can do videos of parades. Get yourself a camera, put it up, do the town. You're not going to be famous doing it or get a lot of views, but me, I don't care. Who cares? I do it for a hobby. I do it for a hobby. A lot of people, there's some people do it for money. Yeah. But I just do it for a hobby. It's my hobby. It's my hobby. And that's it. Yeah. It's my hobby. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm so tired. Yeah. Yeah, it's the trouble. The older I get, the more tired I get. Oh yeah, my parade hat. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes I'm gonna wear this hat because when it's very hot outside, the sun will beat it and it keeps me cool. Because you don't want to wear this hat on a hot day because the heat will soak it right in. Because I learned that in the junior high clothing class, Mrs. Unruh. That's what she said for clothing. Yeah, when you have light clothing and hot weather, it helps beat the sun. This is like for cooler weather, for example. Yeah, I have some other hats. I'm gonna probably give to charity or something. I collected too many hats over the years, and you know, I just don't want too many hats anymore. I have three of my favorites. I got that one. I got my driver's cap, and I got that one. That's good enough. I don't need 1,000 hats. You know, I don't need 1,000 hats. That's too many. I have enough collection of lousy clothes as it is. Yeah, I think that one I paid on the clearance. I don't know, $3, $4 or something. I'm not sure. I didn't pay that much for it. I'd have to look at my old videos to find out. That's all I have to do. Look at my old videos to find out how much. But for now, in the future, I gotta. As soon as I get my other vehicle, I gotta think where I'm gonna go this year. I just want to do some out of town videos. I just can't do indoor videos all the time because the fans are going to be bored and go elsewhere. That's the way the fans are. You gotta, because I'm a variety channel. There's some people that are indoor channels. There's some people that are, you know, some people that are bitchy channels, and there's your political channels. Say their opinions. I don't want to be a political channel. Myself. But there's people that are political channels. That's fine. But I don't know anything about politics, so I don't want to talk about politics. But those who want to talk about politics in their channels, that's fine. But I'll give you a hint on political channels, though. If you like to talk about the Green Party all the time, you're not going to get many views, you know, because the Green Party is going nowhere. Yeah, the Green Party is going nowhere. The only thing about the Green Party is they're lucky if they get elected to head the water department. That's about it. And that's for the Green Party. They're head of the water department. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully, as far as protests are concerned, I hope they stop this violence stuff. I hate violence. I hate when a person goes to town, there's violence going on. It's like that time in Minneapolis. Yeah. Yeah, well, you see, Dave, technically, um, I know what you're talking about, but technically, for me, Dave, I'm an independent channel. You know, technically, I'm not in the group. I'm an outsider. You know, I'm basically an outsider. I'm not in the group per se. Yes, I'm on a show every now and then. Yes, but I'm the last. I'm the last to call because he's he's got more talented people than I do in his network. I'm the least talented, which is fine. Hey, no complaints there. I was in another organization before I don't want to mention. I know I've mentioned it in private before, but I was in another organization full of clowns who complained about what they said in the comments and all that jazz. And yeah, they wanted me to put them in the group, but this new group I'm in did not want them, and I didn't bring them in. You know, yeah, and that old group, is really struggling, and I don't care. I just laugh at them now. But see, I'm basically an independent media channel. That's what I am. I'm an independent. You know, well, my hat size, I'm not sure. Let's see. Hmm, Probably large to extra large. I got a big head. I got a big head, and I got to get my hair cut pretty soon, so I can, wear that driver's cap easier. When I drive around and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So far, it's been kind of rough this year. And I was attacked by trolls that one time, and then I told on the trolls, let them have it, you know. Yeah, I told on the trolls because what little did the trolls know is I know how to tell on them, and I did for excessive harassment. All caps, that's shouting, that's a violation of YouTube policy. Doing all caps in the chat room, I can tell on people for that, yeah. And I did. I told on about six. I told on about six of them. I think they had like 3 per video. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know who the head troll was. Yep, that head troll has blocked me now. So they didn't exactly get banned. Well, like maybe a couple of their accounts did, yeah, but they can like make other accounts too, yeah. But they won't meet people like us out in the street because they're scared. You know, they use we call it I call it ghost accounts. Yeah, they they, they use ghost accounts. You know, they use accounts where they don't have any videos or anything, and they just create about 2, 3 per person, and say they use a Google and they use a Yahoo and they use a AOL and they use a whatever. They go to phone, they go to laptop, and they go to desktop. You know, they get their jollies, creating other people. Yeah. No, I haven't seen any. No, no fake Randy accounts. And it's easy to make a lot of accounts, but I don't. I mean, some people do, that's fine, but I just use one channel. I mean, I'm not going to, use about 20,000 channels or anything. No, I mean, why should I? Hopefully I can get 1,000. That'd be nice. I don't know if I will or not. I mean, I don't really care if I get 1,000 or not. Who cares? I do it for a hobby. Like I said many times before, I got my 100 subscribers. I did my goal, 100 views per video. That's my goal. 100 views per video. That's my goal. Oh, Brung Dub. Yeah, I've been. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here, Brung Dub. Yeah. Yeah. It's just. Yeah, 756 friends. Yeah. Yeah, there you go for a steakhouse. Yeah, I remember the old steakhouses we used to have years ago. Bonanza. Yeah, there's the old steakhouse called Bonanza after the Bonanza TV show years ago. I remember that. They used to have lots of those places and they closed down. Yeah. Speaking of closing down, there's been a lot of Walmarts that closed down. Geez, I think about 60, 70 of them. Yeah, I've heard there's like 16, 17 in Texas, 13 in Arkansas. Yeah, I know there's one in Brooklyn Center, you know. Yeah, and I've told people, I said, well, Walmart's could close down, and people tell me, yeah, Walmart's in Navy closed down. Stores can close down anytime they want. Yeah, Portland too. They totally closed down Portland. Well, some people say it's a political statement. That has nothing to do with it because they lose money. They lose when Walmart or any other stores lose money, they're going to close the store. You know, and then people in the comments, well, open your own damn store. There's like this one food place in Brooklyn Center. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, people were stealing too much. Yeah, yeah, people are stealing too much, so they lost money. They get these security guards at those stores like Walmart that don't care. They look the other way like this. Somebody's doing the self checkout. Let's see, should I check out spaghetti? Yeah. Steak? Nah. Chicken? Nah. Candy bar? Yeah. Soda pop? Yeah. Some mixed drinks? Nah. They did a lot of that too. you know? Yeah, yeah. That's I mean, and a lot of times when people bust their products, like some drunk that walks in the store, breaks a whole bunch of jars, and they don't have them pay for it, that loses the business's money. Because if I ever accidentally break anything in a store, I'm going to pay for it. I will pay for it. Yeah, because my dad was a businessman once. He used to own Cyrus Red Owl, and he used to had people break things. Nobody would pay for it. He'd get upset. He'd say, "I wonder why people just don't pay for stuff that yeah." Yeah, people don't realize it costs the business money when people break stuff, and that's what happens in the bad side of town, like in Portland, in certain other towns too, you know. Yeah, but at least for the Brooklyn Center, Walmart that closed, they had this place, African place. I got to retweet that on Twitter. Yeah, they expanded their grocery store business. Yeah, they're doing something about it. That's good. You know, they're expanding. They're trying. But then in the bad neighborhoods, they got to kind of be careful. They probably have to hire extra security, of course. Yeah, that's true. It's a special African store where they sell all kinds of unusual stuff. Plus, they're going to put in these typical items like Walmart too. And yeah, yeah. It's just Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, rung up. That's a suburb of Minneapolis. Used to be a very safe area for people like me to walk when I was a kid. When I was 5, 6 years old, I could walk over there and back, and no one would bother you. Nowadays, even during the early morning hours, just like a lot of places in Minneapolis, people they'll jump you for if you rub two pennies together, they'll jump you. They'll jump you for two pennies rubbing together. Yeah, yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, you know, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just too bad. Yeah, it's too bad the Walmart closed. That's where the old Brookdale used to be. They used to have a place called Brookdale, but they closed the mall years ago. It was built in 1961 or three or something like that. Then they tore it down in 2001 because hardly anybody was there anymore. The usual criminals came in and stole stuff and uh, got rowdy and scared innocent people away, and then mall security usually, well, they most of them are good, but then after a while in the bad parts of town, then you get the ones that don't care, and well, some elderly person gets pushed around, and well, they have cameras now, sure, but yeah, but then so I say just a lot of crime in the Minneapolis St. Paul area and a lot of the suburbs, yeah, I guess they could, but there's just so many food banks out there, and the food banks are running out of food. But then there's some people that'll go to food banks and take food they don't need. It's happened like that nowadays. Where years ago, one time when I was working in temp service, I went to a place. Was it on Humboldt Avenue? I think that's right. I went to this little place. Someone down at I think a housing project or something told me to go to this place. I went there and filled out the thing, and guy told me straight up. He says, "You don't qualify. You're not getting a box of food here." Nope. He says you'll have to go elsewhere. Yeah, it used to be a lot tougher years ago to get food from charity. Nowadays it's easier, for certain people. But then there's a lot of people that go to food banks that don't need it. You know, there's people like that too. I won't do that. If I don't need it, if I have enough money to buy food, I'm not going to a food bank. Yeah, yeah, I won't go to a food bank. If I have if I have enough money to buy food, I will not go to. And anyways, you go to the food banks. A lot of the food they give away, it's expired. It's expired. I mean, the canned food is probably good enough, but the packaged food, you know, yeah. And the volunteers that aren't the food bank, they're not going to seriously check or anything because why? Yeah, that's I do. Or yeah, like bread too. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, speaking of bread, I remember years ago an operation, last thing for the 700 Club, they came with this truck. They had this cake bread, that was like very hard bread that took hours to cook. Remember these guys would just take the bread and smack it against these posts and stuff. That bread was very hard. If you could hit someone over the head and you could hit someone in the nose and break their nose with that bread. That's how hard it was. Yeah, it was an Operation Blessing, part of the 700 Club. They used to do that years ago. Maybe it changed now, but yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you could crack someone in the nose with that bread or crack their head open. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see. Oh boy. Oh, I'm thinking now. What can I do? Yeah. What can I do these days? Mhm. Oh, I just got to think of something for YouTube this year. Yeah, I just want to do all indoor videos. It just gets old. I want to do some outdoor stuff. Do some traveling videos. Maybe catch an auto show or something. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, at the end of May, I'll might catch an interview, might not. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, there you go. 86 or 87. Yeah. Hopefully you're in a state where they don't put too much salt on the roads like I'm in Minnesota, because in Minnesota they cake on the salt pretty hard and vehicles tend to rust pretty bad, especially if a person doesn't have a garage, you know. Yeah, the worst time to drive in Minnesota is when they're dumping the salt on the roads, and just dumping it in the salt, stay in there, and then driving on the roads, and the car washes are full. And usually for the car wash, yeah, that too. Yeah. Oh, you're from Canada. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in northern United States in the state of Minnesota. So, yeah, Minnesota, as we call it, the land of 10,000 fines. They fine you for everything in Minnesota. Yeah, they fine you for everything. Yeah, and their fines are big too, especially with the seatbelt law. They really fine you. Yeah, yeah, they'll fine. It's big fines. Yeah, pretty soon, I guess they're going to legalize the marijuana stuff, so that's extra tax revenue for the state. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting what they do. At least they'll put the rip-off dealers out of business, which is good. Yeah, at least put the rip-off dealers out of business. Yeah, at least that's what they do. Yeah, yeah, that too. Yeah, I've had that bad stuff before. So yeah, so they'll have to sell some other stuff, which they'll get caught and go to prison for. Yeah, end up in Stillwater, Minnesota. Yeah, for our prison systems in Minnesota, for the men it's Shakopee. That's the worst one. For the women, no, for the women it's Shakopee. And for the men, it's Stillwater. Stillwater is a little town in Minnesota. That's the worst prisons is in Stillwater, Minnesota. Yeah, that's the hardcore stuff. Like it's similar to Leavenworth in Kansas and you know Bocteville in California. They have more than one in California, of course. Yeah, yeah, all kinds of. Yeah, but for me, I stay out of those places. Yeah, I stay out of those places myself. Yeah. Yeah, it's, I mean, yeah, all that stuff in schools. Yeah. Yeah, years ago, you either fought or take it, and I had to mostly take it myself. Yeah, the suburban schools for me were worse, because they used to make fun of kids for wearing bad clothes. But nowadays, though, when poor people stick together, they fight any way they want, you know. And for poor people, they figure they have nothing to lose. I mean, that's sad they think that way, but they do. And of course, the media, the people behind the desks, they create a sensationalism thing, and then the people that watch on the internet or TV or whatever they watch, they get mad and I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna leave and go crazy and do stupid things. Yeah, that's what they do, and then it goes to the next person and the next person and the next person. Yeah, it all started back, yeah, in the mid '60s with that crazy Charles Whitman guy, and then as time went by, it went to lots of other people too. Yeah, yeah. Hey, little Will, how you doing? All right. Yeah, yeah. I just, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I just want to just hopefully get a different vehicle this year. I just want to do some out of town videos because I just can't do indoor videos all the time. Can't keep doing that. And yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. Getting pretty tired these days. Yeah, I hope so, Brung Dog. I hope so. Yeah, hopefully I'll get some. You're the horse. Yeah, I like to visit horses in the horse stalls again. Yeah, I like to interview the horses. At least I can't leave. Yeah, and at least hopefully this year I can take to the computer shop and figure out something wrong with my Hewlett Packard thing, because some of it is kind of funny. In the old days, you could just do the back time thing and for the computer, but now you can't do that. So now you got to go to the computer shop for things, and that person's got to be careful how they do computer stuff these days. Yeah, got to be careful. Yeah, and you got oh. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. Ouch. Yeah, right shoulder's kind of hurting, so I had to put on some icy hot patch. I have to put some more on. Kind of start exercising kind of up there again. a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, the older you get, the more you break down. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah, I know some people, they're in wheelchairs and stuff like that. And those that don't help people, then they see those that don't help people are the ones that complain about lack of help in the future. Yeah, I don't complain. Well, yeah, I don't complain. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm just so tired these days. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Ouch. Ooh, oh, that hurts. Yeah, the year of the horse. Yeah, the year of the horse. This is the horse, of course, and Mr. Ed separate and the race horses too. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, hopefully I can watch the race horses once or twice maybe. Hmm. I can bet on the horses and lose. Yeah, yeah, I can bet on the horses and lose. Yeah. No, I don't kill horses, Brumdub. I don't kill horses. So, no, I don't do that. But some other people might. Yeah, they do have horse burgers in the United States. You have to because there's a lot of people I see that collect horses, and I can't. I can't eat it. I can't eat horse burgers. No, I'm not buying horse beef, Brumdub. That's for your YouTube video, Brumdub. You do your YouTube video with horse meat. You do that. I don't do that. You do that. You do. You do. I don't do. You do. You do. I don't do. You do. Yeah, you probably would too. There, Brumdub. This is really well. Yeah. And it's up to that. It's legal, so that's the way it is. It's legal. There's people that eat all kinds of interesting things around the world. There's people that try to tell other countries what to do and what kind of meat they eat, and we could disagree with it. But hey, if it's other countries that do, well, there's nothing that we can do because other countries do what they want to do. You know, other countries do what they want to do. You know, yeah, yep. It's the way it happens. Have people eat certain things. Yeah, yeah. No, there people eat guinea pig too. Yeah, you can eat guinea pig. You can eat squirrel. You eat birds of all kinds if a person wants to. I guess eat canaries or something. I don't know. Oh, you don't want to eat crows though. Ugh, I've seen those crows up in Wadena, Minnesota. I used to live up there. Crows will eat anything. And you could take a dump on the ground. The crows will eat that too. Yeah, they're like vultures. They're scavengers. They eat anything. Yeah, crows will eat anything. Oh yeah, I hate crows. I used to feed birds in the wintertime in Wadena, and then those big crows would come and eat it. And the thanks I get, they get out, put all those dots right in my backyard. And when you mow, you got to pick them up. Then after a while, I stopped feeding the crows, and the less dots came. But my stupid neighbor, the one that had his white dog invade my yard all the time, yeah, he fed the birds, and then the crows came. Yeah, those birds are pretty smart. They usually feed when the white dog was inside, but once it's outside, it'd go away. Sure, you know. Yeah, that guy was lucky. I didn't beat his face, and he was lucky. He can call the cops on him; they wouldn't do anything. You know. Yeah, that's the trouble when you're in a smaller town. You got to watch who you tell on because some people, they favor. Yeah, there you go. Send an army of crows to his house. That'd be an idea. Yeah, or I could have spread poison in the yard and had his dog eat it. But lucky for him, I'm not the type of person. But I used to know people that'll do that. I used to know people that do that. And I used to know neighbors that look the other way and don't care because that's the way it happens in the bad side of town. That's the way it happens. Yep, more and more people are having dogs, and sometimes there's people that have these real big dogs like pit bulls and Rottweilers, and they don't really take them for walks. They keep them inside all the time, and the ones in the real bad neighborhoods. So burglars, when they come in, can have a tough time. See, unlike many other breeds of dogs, they'll bark when they hear a noise. Pit bulls and Rottweilers, they wait till the person goes inside and then they attack them. Yeah, those kind of dogs are smart. Or the German Shepherds, um, and I think German Shepherds are like that too. But Dobermans are mostly the yapping types. Yeah, I remember the Dobermans are the yapping types. So the Dobermans, you know, yeah, well, that's true. They wait till the person goes right in the house and then they get after them. Yeah, yeah, that's how it works with certain breeds of dogs. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel sorry for honest people that live in the bad neighborhoods. I had this friend years ago. He moved from Oliver Avenue North and 27th by West Broadway. His house got broken into like 5 times until he had pit bulls and stuff. See, the trouble with these criminals, you see, they know when the honest people make moves, they know someone that knows someone. See, that's how criminals work, you know. But criminals, like burglars, are cowards. They find the easiest prey, the elderly and the helpless. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works. That's for sure. Yeah, that's how it works. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh boy. Ow. Ooh, ah, I'm getting practically 60 years old, so yeah, you're practically 60 years old. The muscles tend to go away. Yeah, they tend to go away. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, for my ancestry.com, I've been emailing some lady who was a grandmother's sister. She says named Anna Stewart. I'll better make sure it isn't a fraud. I don't think it is, but I'll go see. yeah, yeah, that's the trouble. I don't know. Yeah, tires are very expensive these days, even your cheapest ones. You know. Yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah. Hmm. That's the trouble with this YouTube chat thing. They're 10 seconds behind my talking. I talk and they're 10 seconds behind. Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. Just so weird how it works. Huh. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh man, I'm just so tired. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, tomorrow night will be oh, uh, final thing.
Yeah, I'm tired. And in the Lotto America thing, I hope I get something out of it. Yeah, Lotto America starts at 2 million, and Powerball starts at 20 million, and I'd rather play Lotto America because it's easier to win money on Lotto America. It's just so weird because the odds are way better. I get $2 like in some tickets with Lotto America, but when you play the Powerball, you usually don't win anything. Yeah, that's a racket. The lottery's nothing but a racket. That's what it is. Hmm. Yeah. And the trouble is, most people who win the lottery don't even need the money. It's just weird. Most who win don't need the money. Once in a blue moon, there's somebody that needs the money that does win. but like I say, if I win the money, I want to be tight. Yeah, I would be tight with my money and be very careful with it. You got to find some place somewhere. I think I'll probably be kind of out in the country because if you live in the city, you'd have to get a fence around your place, a nice high fence, probably put barbed wire over it. Because if you don't have a fence, see, a lot of more people are having pets all the time, and a lot of times people have their pets go to your yard. More and more of them are, and then people, get more angry and with their private property. I had an ex-friend named Bob from Wadena. Oh boy, he was a libertarian when it comes to private property. Yikes! If you had it his way, he'd shoot people. Yeah, they do in ranch country. They'll shoot people. Yeah, they do in ranch country. Yeah, never make a rancher mad, they say. Yeah, yeah. Yes, too bad my grandfather sold his land out by Hinsdale, Montana, years ago, because that land in Montana is very expensive now. Very expensive, because a lot of celebrities are buying up land in Montana because they love their privacy. You get plenty of privacy out in Montana, plenty of privacy. Because nice, like I say, I know I've said in other videos, but when you drive out in western Montana or somewhere in the middle too, you can see one car in 8 hours. One car in 8 hours. Fill up your tank of gas. I guarantee. And a lot of times there's no ditches. You go up and down the hills. Person falls off the ditch. Person's dead. That's why in Montana they have a lot of crosses on the side of the road. It shows who fell in the ditch. Yep, the ditches are like this. Some are like that, but there's like that. And I had my late uncle Louis Puck Peltier. He's in one of my previous videos. He drove a late '70s Buick wagon, like a V8 engine. He drove like 70, 80 miles an hour going across those hills, scared the daylights out of him like this. Thing there, hey Buck, slow down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was funny. He was like this guy in his 80s. He's driving this car. He was so used to those hills, scared the daylights out of me. Scared me. I mean, I don't know. Did I wear my seatbelt when I was in the mountains? Well, it was laptop seatbelts for the late '70s Buick wagons. I know that. Yeah, maybe we all didn't when he didn't, because I know I know it's a second thing for seatbelt law in Montana still. Yeah, because Montana is a different state than most. Yeah, yeah, I know Montana is a different state. Yeah, I kind of like Montana myself, to be honest with you. I kind of like that state. Nice and private. Yeah. Yeah. Trouble is, if I ever travel, I'll have to bring that dumb machine with me so I can breathe and sleep. Because because without that machine, I'm dead. So thank goodness whoever invented it. I thank him. I think it was invented in 1980. So if I lived in the 70s and I'm this age, I'd probably be dead. Yeah, I'd probably be dead. Yeah, the trouble, I got a big neck, and people with big necks, I got breathing problems. Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure, yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's for sure. Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's see. When I did change my time, so yeah, I changed it from at 5 o'clock to 2 o'clock because my 5 o'clock shows no one was coming on. So that's usually the dinner hour for most people, and either that or ready to go to the bars and stuff. And yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Oh, does anybody have any extra comments or anything? Any ideas for trying to help me say something? Take my breath away. Take my breath away. The old Berlin song. Yeah. 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 Any last words from anybody? Just wondering. Oh, Ancestry. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, Ancestry. Yeah, a lot of people. I got relatives. They go on Ancestry.com. They pay like hundreds of dollars a month, but they put a lot of inaccurate stuff in. About when people are born and all that. They can put anything they want on there. Yeah. And I run a Find a Grave page under Randy Peltier. Yeah, I got relatives like Randino Lycan and stuff like that. And yeah, oh, I know what you mean there, Cloyd. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. For Ancestry.com, yeah, I discovered someone that was related to Anna, my grandma's sister. So I got to talk to that person again and see what happens. Yeah, we were exchanging photos, and it looks accurate. They think she looks adopted, but I think it's more like a real sister and stuff like that. And yeah, a person's got to hire an expert to know who your ancestors are, but that's going to cost a lot of money, you know. And to be accurate in that, I guess a person will have to dig out of graves and do a DNA test or some crap. And even if I was yeah, trying my best there, Chef Dump, trying my best. Yeah, trying my best. Yeah, anyway, about the Ancestry.com stuff, yeah, it's just to me, it's a waste of money, because I have a relative that spends over $100 a month on Ancestry.com. And when we moved out of Wadena, I had stuff that was like written in Norwegian, books and all that stuff. I couldn't get the stuff because I was sick, and I had a relative help me move. It was minimum help. And after that, she had a bunch of people come over and stuff got thrown away, and I had to wait for my breathing machine. I couldn't travel. Yeah, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. I wouldn't spend, I wouldn't, I'll put it this way. I wouldn't go on Ancestry.com if you chatters paid for it. I wouldn't. It's a waste of money. We might as well just take our money and just toss it out the window or toss it in the river. Yeah. But I run the Find a Grave page, for a hobby, and the Randy Peltier, and yeah, I got Stanley Peltier on there, and Randy Lyken, and Thomas Lyken, and stuff like that. Yeah, they can be found on there. I do run that page. I don't run it very well, but it's just a hobby. But I can put anything I want for relatives. I can put any picture I want. And in Ancestry.com, they seriously use that stuff. Yeah, no kidding. I've explained that to relatives about that, but yeah, I might as well talk to my fan controller. You know, yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll try to start the super chat. Yeah, I've been grateful. My subscribers went up. All that arrogant ex-friend who tried to zap my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, in emails, she was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna shut your channel down. I'm gonna make you lose subscribers." No, didn't happen. I'm gaining, and that particular person has blocked me on Twitter, so that's great. And I blocked him on Twitter. I blocked him on YouTube. Yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They use a lot of ghost accounts. I noticed, and I told on the ghost accounts. You know. Oh yeah, you remember the Kool-Aid Hand Man? You saw those trolls that day. I remember you came on shortly after. Yeah, I looked at the chat the next morning. Yeah, I looked at the chat the next morning. That's when I was really flying at the time. I didn't know what was going on. I checked the chat and I told on 6 of them for excessive violence talk. One was like all caps. That's excessive shouting. So I reported on that one too. Yeah, they didn't know I knew how to report on them, and I did. Oh yeah, that's all right. I'll finish them off one way or another. I got a plan for them. I'm not going to say who it is in case any trolls are in the room. I got a plan for them eventually. Oh yeah, I got a plan. Yeah, they may think they won, but they haven't. Nope, they haven't. Yeah, sometimes those ex-friends they'll stab you in the back. See, that's the trouble with social media, you know. Yeah, that's the trouble with social media. You get a lot of idiots on there, especially Facebook, and that's the worst. And I hate Instagram. All it is pictures. I mean, my own mom's pictures were bad enough. A lot of those Instagram pictures are just so boring. And it's popular. Why would people want to see pictures? Pictures were way back before film, you know? I'd rather, to be honest with you, I'd rather subscribe to a YouTube channel where they show all black and white film than see what's on Instagram. I would. I'd rather see film that's where it's snowflakes. Yeah, it's just dumb. Yeah, yep. And then when they find out in Instagram, you can have 2,000, 3,000. Just like me on Twitter one time, I had another account. It was a different account than the one I got now. Mine's a video Twitter. I won't say what the other Twitter was. I had over 4,000 followers, and not one person retweeted my videos. You know, and if I was one of those types that had a fun thing, I wouldn't get any money because I had so many people that wanted money. It wasn't funny. Yeah, and I had one lady on there. She had like over 17,000 followers on Twitter. She was making like I think $25-$30 a month with her writings and stuff like that. $25-$30 a month. She had over 17,000 followers on Twitter. You know, you're not going to make much money. So many people want money from outside. It isn't funny. I think I might eventually try it in the future myself. As you chatters concerned, I don't want your money. Okay, save your money. Save your money. Okay, don't give me any money. You're my friends. Don't give me any money ever. Okay, please don't. I don't want your money. You're nice chatters. You know you need your money. Don't give me any. I don't want you to. Okay. Save it. Save it for people that come on once in a while. You know. Yeah, I might have to do that for my traveling videos and stuff. Maybe I'd get a buck or two there. You know, but still, I'll go where I want, though. I'll always go where I want. I want to make it. See, that's the thing when you do this GoFundMe's or whatever, you got to make things clear with people. You know, always make things clear. You know, I always do. Just like for my YouTube, I put independent media channel because when I was in another organization, he wanted me to do stuff for his shows. I said, no, I do stuff for my shows. You know, yeah. All right. Then he got jealous of me after a while. He got jealous because I got a friend that has a lot of views, you know, a lot of subscribers, you know. But someone with a lot of subscribers, you know, you got to follow the rules. You know, you don't just call that particular person willy nilly. No, you don't do that. Mm-mm. That's why he trusts me. You know, I'm in the bottom. That's fine. I'm happier. Yeah. P.O. box? No, I don't know. No, yeah. The trouble with my reviews are chef dump. Everything's delicious, even with my characters like Canon and Cannon and Pastor Mitch Victory. Yeah, I'm better when I put the stuff on, though. I get into the character more when I put it on. Yeah, Pastor Mitch Victory. Yeah, for meeting everybody together honorably. Math and woman's adult counselor Tom McKelvin. Whack. Women's adult counselor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm so tired. Yeah. Yeah, at this new place, I don't need my headphones really anymore. Eh, that's what's nice about it. Yeah, thicker walls. That's what's nice. Hmm. The other place, the walls are paper thin. Eh, yeah, I don't miss the other place at all. I never visit. Yeah, yeah, I visit those guys once in a while and say hi. That's about it. But other than that, you know, life goes on. Life goes on. Yeah, hmm. Life goes on. Dum dum dum. Life goes on. Yeah, yeah. As I say, hopefully, if I get a different vehicle, I can do traveling videos again every once in a while. Yeah, yeah. I've been watching Charlie Bow 313 videos again, and he's been walking around the dangerous areas like the slums of Philadelphia and the slums of Detroit. That guy's crazy, Charlie Bow. He's a crazy man. Walks around the most dangerous neighborhoods. One time when he was in Chicago with a bunch of guys interviewing, there was gunshots. They were getting shot at. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I'm not gonna be no Charlie Bow. I'm not gonna go to those bad neighborhoods. You can forget that. Couldn't give me enough money to do that. Yeah. Couldn't give me enough money. Nope. I won't do that. Yeah. I'll stick with the small towns and yeah, yeah. Yeah, I did about every town in central Minnesota practically. So that's all through. And I might try to do some maybe South Dakota, maybe Iowa, some Minnesota, Wisconsin. Maybe not this year; it's a little far. You know. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. See what happens. Hey, yeah, I'll see what happens. Huh. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, well, let's see now. I'm happy everybody stopped by. So, any any last words? Yeah, you too, Kool-Aid. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go. So, a great night, everybody. Bye.